It's July 8th. Today's been a flowy day, flowy, kind of just moving from one thing to another. Um, really feeling like in not limbo, but a definitely liminal space of like just like somewhere in between destinations. It's kind of weird to sit and reflect on it because usually like in these moments it's about like moving on to the next goal and trying to like take that next step and do that next thing. And I feel like I'm in a space between like knowing what the next step to take is while also taking steps moving forward. um, so it's kind of weird that like all the preparation, all the doing, all of the pre-work has kind of prepared me for now, and now it's to kind of like execute and put a message out there. And like that message, while on paper sounds good, like it resonates, it makes sense when I read it, saying it out is not natural yet. It's like it's not coming. And I have this like thing that I do where I'll conceptualize something, um, like I make it make sense in my own head, and then the more that I think about it, it's like always constantly like analyzing and changing and working on making it like better, more succinct, like just kind of over and over again. um, and then the challenge kind of is when I'm like working on this program to be able to share it out with people, it would be good to have like something like definite and set, and then um, going back and then changing it kind of I'm finding that it's throwing me off base. Like, did it say it this way or that way? And I guess like it ultimately doesn't matter per se at this point because like it's not been said out yet. But when it does get shared out, said out, made real, um, then that's where I want to kind of like settle on something, I guess, or not settle. I want to really like feel into it so that it really makes sense. So what I've been thinking about really is the three steps into this program, the clarity. So with a Haizhen Transformation, it's to take you from uncertainty to clarity, to move you from the shores of confusion to the core of your essence, and then have you not only be able to operate from that place fully, it's to then be able to shine brightly into your future, and illuminate your path or something fun like that. So then originally I had laid out clarity, transformation, brilliance. These are the three phases. And then I started to think, because like if it's the Haizhen transformation and then transformation is the second step, then it's like, oh, is that going to be confusing? But unfortunately, those are the steps that stick into my mind. So I think I do like clarity, transformation, and brilliance, because the first step is to know what you're looking at, to get clearer on who you are, who you're meant to be, your strengths, and then the things that you're not meant to carry. The transformation happens when you embody that. It's not becoming something that you like something other. It's becoming more of yourself. So really the transformation is more of an unlearning or a like setting down process. And then once you fully embody that identity, then you can move into shining brightly with brilliance um, in any sphere of your life. It can be specifically work, but also family, friends, relationships. Like when you're operating in your highest alignment, you all of your all of your relationships level up. Yeah, you're able to connect on a deeper level with other people in the way that you want to, right? I guess that's assuming. I mean, like I think generally speaking, people will want to have connection, but I'm sure that there are also people that uh, need their alone time. Like, and I think that's the kind of nuance and clarity that that human design can bring, because it may not be everybody's goal to connect with multiple people and bring a big network in, or serve the collective. And there's nuance in the human design system to be able to understand that, right? Like, I think that in personality tests where they talk about introvert and extrovert, like two broad categories, at the same time there's nuance to it, right? So for example, like the like a 2-4 profile is actually really interesting, because the 2 is a hermit line. It's kind of like liking to keep to self, and needing that time alone, as kind of part of their energetics. And then the 4 line is the opportunist. It's the networker. It's the person that brings people together. It's that 4 line energy of creating community. So then having a 2-4, or a 4-2, you may have a like kind of conflicting experiences, and both of those things are absolutely, absolutely yourself. And like, it's to be able to like look at identity and like personal experience, human experience, with that kind of nuance and that lens is so exciting, because it's no longer like having to go so deep to understand, oh, because like this is the general kind of like statistically, this is the closest that we can explain your personality. This is more like you've looked it up, you've compared your birth chart, like your time of birth, date of birth, place of birth, to give you this birth chart, and this is specific for you. And when you look at that and start to explore it, and like move in past the gross features, like the large major features of the chart, there's so much depth there to explore, and it really is an affirmational process. It's so insightful, it's so eye-opening, and that's what excites me about this work. So I think one of the things that I'm having a challenge in communicating is like what the end result is, like what the problem and what the solution is. I know like these are like super basic things, and when you are trying to talk about something, like if you look at good marketing or advertising, they will like clearly lay this out. And it's interesting on one level understanding that, and then to be so deep into something that I start to lose sight of that that bigger picture of like communing. I'm like talking with the context that I know, rather than thinking about the context of like the person that's listening. So I think I think it's like I'm noticing that it's starting to come together and coalesce in a way that kind of makes a little bit more sense. So we'll see if that actually materializes over the next number of days and weeks. I guess it's the more that I get out and actually talk about, like just talk it out, the more that it kind of adjusts and resettles and comes together. So that's where I'm at today, in that liminal space.